Azeez Al-Shaair. How do you pronounce his name? Is it the dude in the press box says Al-Shaair? The guy on the radio says Al-Shaair. I don't even know. Do you know?
I don't. It's like tomato, I guess.
Yeah.
At this point, and I hear people saying that. I would love for you to ask him and have him.
I would like to know because Al-Shaair sounds like the white version, to be frank. You know what I mean? But I could be wrong. It just sounds like white people saying a non-white Al-Shaair. But then I have no idea. I'd like to know.
Well, there's a lot of confusion, right? Sometimes
sorry, it just sounds off.
When you listen to other broadcasts, sometimes it's Brennan Ayuk, and it's like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
That's
like, why?
For sure wrong.
Yeah, can we get this all in line? So I would love for you to ask him. I'm gonna go with Al-Shaair, but I hope that I'm right.
Is definitely not right though. That's weak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, he's listed as questionable with the elbow injury. Any guess as to whether he plays or not, and what do you think his presence or absence would mean in this game?
I think he does play. Because he trended up from he went up, right, to questionable, so that kind of he's kind of moving in the right direction. And in terms of what he brings, obviously he's amazing in run stopping, but Derrick Henry's not in this game. And no disrespect to Deontay Foreman or Dontrell Hilliard, who's their running backs, they're fine, but Azeez doesn't necessarily need to be there. But if he's there, it's obviously just more ammunition for the 49ers, and they'll be able to stick to those two high looks with Ward and Tart and know that Azeez Al-Shaair is down there with Fred Warner, and they'll be able to take care of the run because the 49ers run defense has been stout. Now that we know Julio Jones and A.J. Brown are going to be playing most likely in this game, it's going to be largely on Ward and Tart to make sure that Josh Norman and Ambry Thomas are not put in any bad spots in this game and to clean things up on the back end. So having them further back in the too high look while being able to stop the run, that would be because Azeez Al-Shaair is there, and the 49ers run defense has been able to do that largely for the last few weeks.
Is A.J. Brown going to play?
I think so. Peter Schrager just got on NFL Network, and he said that he looks like he's trending to go. They have till 4:00 to activate him off the IR, but it looks like he's trending in that direction. And then Julio Jones practiced in full yesterday out of nowhere. Literally, I had almost counted him out because he hurt the hamstring that he got back off of IR from. And and I'm like, the game is coming on Thursday. Like, there's no way. And all of a sudden, he just practiced in full yesterday, which means pretty much he's a go at this point.
Titans aren't messing around. Titans aren't looking past this game. You think they're good. I don't know. The AFC is competitive, and they acting like they need this one.
Well, they were one game away. If they would have won last week, they would have been the number one seed in the AFC.
Here's the way I look at it, man. If the Titans are rushing back Julio Jones and A.J. Brown, and they're looking at this like this is a game they need to win, and the Niners need to play Azeez Al-Shaair. He was limited all week in practice. Good enough. He's really good. He needs to play. You can't be conservative with him on December 23rd. He's got to go. You can't lose it. I mean, you can lose this game, but you shouldn't lose this game.
Right.
Win the game. You play your best players.
And matchups, matter, right? They have guys that are banged up. We'll talk about who they're missing as well, too, and how they've been playing. But at the same time, the thing that, I have the 49ers winning this game. But the thing that worries me, or at least concerns me, not worries me, right? Because I don't think that's the right word. Concerns me. Mike Vrabel's going to have this team ready to go. I'll point to the Patriots game, right? The Patriots game, they were left for dead. No running backs, no wide receivers. They played the Patriots in Foxborough all the way through, and Vrabel's going to get that from them. And he's a great coach in that way. They're very well coached. So they're not going to come out
a lot like the Cardinals game, where just because they don't have Colt McCoy, they don't have Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, they're still a good team. I'm not saying they're well coached, but the Niners Cardinals were ready for that game. The Titans are going to be ready for this game, even though they're banged up. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
At home, trying to get that first round bye. They were sniffing that first seed. Christmas game, they're at home, they're in their town, and it's not going to be cold, and it's all right there in front of them. So I think that right now, the Titans are going to come out and give their best shot. And I wouldn't be shocked that this game is a little bit closer than people believe. I don't care what the matchups are. I mean, obviously there are ways for the 49ers to exploit those matchups, especially with their pass rush, and we'll get into all of that. Yeah. But Mike Vrabel's going to have that team ready to go. They're going to be juiced, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Titans play a really good game. On the flip side, the Titans haven't really scored 20 points, I believe, in the last 5 games or something like that. They're, the offense is pretty bad. Right now, Ryan Tannehill's warts are showing because there is no play action. There is no attention to Derrick Henry. And obviously, A.J. Brown and Julio Jones weren't playing, right? So, you have to contextualize it that way. But he's not particularly playing good football. The one thing that they do very well is when they get into the red zone, they punch it in. They're good at that. They're very good at that. So the 49ers, it's going to see. Just keep them away from the 20. Should be all right.
LZ says 3 key factors for tonight's game and final score. We'll get there in about 10 minutes. Bear with us. I'm just making you wait because I'm a jerk. Yep. Need to hit up Hard Rock Cafe while you're in town. All right, well, I'm going to be here until Saturday morning. I'm staying here. A little extended stay.
Nice.
A little extended stay. Fordman 49 says Julio Jones and A.J. Brown might play tonight. Damn. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Do you think the DBs are going to hold up tonight? Well, yeah, I mean, DBs. I don't know about the corners. I think the safeties will. Safety's been playing really well.
And I think DeMeco is doing a great job too. And I think that should be the other reason. He's been able to hide as long as he can those deficiencies at corner right now. And when you got those 2 guys on the back end, there's going to be no Hufanga in this game. So there won't be Tart coming in and off the field. Tart's going to be on the field all game. And that's great. That's good news.
Yeah, that means your best players on the field. George says, hey, guys, I have to ask you this question. Why is everyone sleeping on the Titans? They're not a bad team at all. Have a good defense. Quarterback is the only issue I see on their team.
They do have a good defense. They do have a good defense. They have a good run defense, and they have pass rushers. They have situational pass rushers, and they have a good coach. No one's sleeping on them. Sleeping on them. But the 49ers should absolutely win this game. They are better than the Tennessee Titans.
No, Tennessee is really having a tough time on offense, but they are good, and the Niners need to still play their best. Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm okay with 6 seed. I don't want an NFC West opponent.
Well, I mean, depends. Arizona right now is Arizonaing it up right now in December. They're Kingsburying it up, doing what they do, man. Doing what they do. Usually.
I was tweeting a lot about the Cardinals in September, October, and November. I haven't tweeted about them recently. Just like.
So DeAndre Hopkins goes away, and all of a sudden now you can't run your offense or anything like that. What happened, Kingsbury? Oh, it's December.
It's December. Oh, you lost your playmaker.
Oh, right.
I guess you're not that good. As soon as Bill Belichick said, a lot of people were saying, asked him about being the head coach of the year, how he's a front runner. He's like, oh, that's so nice. I think it should be Kingsbury. It was a kiss of death.